Welcome back to Finn vs. History. I'm with Horatio Gould.
Hello.
We are talking about Vikings.
Yeah.
This is part 2 of our series on the Viking Age.
Northern Alpha Chads.
The Northern Alphas.
Yeah.
Fucking hot, sexy Norsemen.
Yeah.
And we left off in our last episode talking about a burial.
Yeah.
Witnessed
Well, this is a mythology and a history that we can relate to because we're, Northern Europeans.
White. Yeah.
This makes more sense to us.
This isn't a mythology, though. This is real.
Yeah, this is real, but this kind of world, I think.
Oh, I see. The burial.
Yeah.
I do think funerals are very boring.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they should be like what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
But something that's
Right.
not just a photo of of your aunt on a box.
And then for this story, the sort of Jim in the office, the Tim in the office, Martin Freeman, looking at the camera going, what the bloody hell is this?
Oh, is that what you're doing? Oh, this is happening?
No, this is the Muslim.
Oh, the Muslim guy.
Yeah, this is Ibn wiping my ass.
I've been wiping my ass. Ibn Fadlan.
Ibn Fat Lad.
Yeah, so he's Ibn Fat Lad.
Yeah, Fat Lad.
He's looking at the camera. The whole time this burial's happening, he's like...
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he's literally going like this. Right. Yeah. He's a Redditor.
And Viking Brent is there like... and he's like...
Yeah, okay.
So... I've been wiping my ass, envoy of the Abbasid Caliphate, meets the Rus Vikings on the Volga River in what's now Russia. Mm-hmm. What he witnesses is terrifying.
Go on.
A chieftain has died. Tragedy.
Yeah.
And so what the Vikings are doing is they're going to hold a sort of burial festival.
It's a funeral.
It's a funeral. It's a big funeral. What they do is they get one of their ships and they like prop it up on the bank or side or whatever. Right. It's kind of like half buried in sand, I think. And he's in there and he's lying down.
He's dead.
He's fucked. He's fucking dead. Right. And then they scatter, like they leave him with some food and drink, like a banquet around him.
Yeah.
And then some like gifts. And then they're like, who's going to accompany him to Valhalla?
Because he's a crew.
You can't go along by yourself.
Yeah.
So they then supposedly get some people up, volunteers, and this teenage girl, volunteers. Now, whether she volunteers or she's coerced, we don't know.
What, this slave girl?
Yeah, I suppose maybe when you say it like that, maybe she... to give her a proper title, if she's a slave girl, then maybe...
Let the free market decide.
Let the invisible hand...
Let the invisible handcuffs.
Yeah. I mean, it's your fault for being a slave girl, I guess, if you don't want to do it. If you don't want to volunteer. You volunteered for that when you became a slave girl. Anyway, she gets chosen to accompany the dead chieftain, who, we must stress, this is before, embalming or corpse management.
He's lonely in there.
He's also putrefying.
Right.
He's like their stinky fish in a tin.
Yeah.
He's like a rotting corpse.
Right.
And they get her and they I think for 10 days they're drugging her a lot.
Okay.
Drunk, mead, maybe mushrooms, I don't know, gear.
Yeah.
And she's treated really well for 10 days. It's a bit like in the Aztec series when you're going to be human sacrificed.
This is all very Aztec, actually.
You're going to be human sacrificed. They treat you like a king for a year or whatever.
Yeah, these are the white Aztecs.
These are the white Aztecs.
Yeah.
So she gets... she has a good 10 days. I say that, I think maybe she's raped multiple times.
Right.
But she's drugged.
Compared to what's going to happen, that's a holiday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is a holiday.
Yeah.
For anyone who's alive at this point.
Well, this is a good day out.
This is at least they can remember something that happened.
Yeah.
She's then given alcohol, and then there's a woman called the Angel of Death, who's a fat woman. She has to be fat.
Yeah.
And she has wings.
Yeah.
And she's the one that's dealing with the sacrificial victim.
Yeah.
And then she and some men take her into the ship's cabin, and the men hold her down. And
the fat woman? The Angel of Death?
No, the slave girl.
Yeah.
And the Angel of Death throttles her and stabs her at the same time.
Right.
And then on the shore, all the Vikings are hitting drums to drown out her screams, which are, to be fair, ruining the vibe. Can you stop screaming in there?
Just turn it up, yeah.
Turn the music up, would you?
Yeah.
Come on. She's then laid next to
Does she know she's going to get killed? She must do. It's a ritual.
Yeah, she's
because I watched the last one of these.
Yeah. Also, you volunteered. You put your hand up, or someone lifted your hand up for you.
Yeah.
Oh, they also cut a dog in half, I must stress.
But that's just in the madness. They're just doing mad shit.
Is it long way or down the? What are they doing?
There's that sort of free. Yeah, but I think the dog thing. I feel that's more.
Is it like Slinky?
I'm just trying stuff.
Is it Slinky from Toy Story and it's like half there, or is it down the middle like a cross section?
If it's down the middle like a cross section, that's much more mental.
I think it's funny to just chop it in half, back end, front end, Slinky.
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of dog, or maybe an Alaskan kind of thing, or
Right.
Russian, whatever a Russian dog. What do you think a Russian dog is? What's a particularly Russian dog? I mean, they all carry their dogs around Hyde Park. These rich people now.
It'd probably be like a.
They're massive. Look at that Caucasian Shepherd dog.
Yeah.
You're not chopping that. You need a fucking log saw to cut through them, like a tree saw.
They probably had one.
They probably did have one. Anyway, they then laid them on the ship, more like meals and stuff, and then just burned the whole thing. Which does make you think they could have just burned the body.
Yeah.
Or the ship without putting a girl on board and raping her.
Raping her, throttling her for 10 days.
Yeah.
It's also like, fucking hell, funerals go on a bit too long anyway.
I think so.
10 days.
And then everyone there's waiting, going like, when's the wake?
Yeah.
When do we have the sandwiches?
Yeah.
We get it. Aunt Polly
But
died.
also imagine going to a funeral and it being like, well, I'll see you tomorrow then, I guess. Imagine having to meet them all again.
Yeah, Christ, can you imagine?
Day after, the next day.
Test match funeral. Fuck that. But to be
tomorrow.
fair, much like test matches, it grows. The tension builds.
Yeah.
So do you reckon you're coming back being like, whoa, what's going to happen today? We're going to get rained off? What's going to happen today? What's going to happen today?
But what happens if two chieftains die in quick succession?
Well, that's a month.
Is it like, oh fuck, we're back here again?
Back here again.
I'm fucking funeral ritualed out, to be honest.
Yeah. Another thing that I think this guy describes, I've been wiping my ass, is that because he was sort of like he was just wandering about. He's from Baghdad, and he's wandering about, and the Russians
a lot of Muslims at this time are wondering about. A lot of the sources of all of this mad shit are always like Tim from The Office. Muslims just go, what the fuck?
You don't wipe your ass. I've been wiping my ass. My name's I've been wiping my ass. So he sees there's like a dinner, and they sit down for dinner.
Yeah.
These Vikings,
Yeah.
and then one of them gets out this preserved horse cock with like herbs and stuff, right? Unwraps it in a little box.
Well, that's basically fucking Swedish food now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, horse cock in a tin
with linberry seed and
Would you like to try the Swedish delicacy? Woohoo! Horse cock blowout. Then they basically say grace by passing a horse cock to each other. But what they say is all the things you could do with a horse cock. So the grace is you can shove this up your ass.
That's like a drinking game. That's like a fresh as
well, that's what I mean about the Vikings. What's exciting is Viking grace is a drinking game.
Well, yeah, this
with
is
a horse cock. I mean, it's fun.
Once again,
Christians
without
it
the
boring.
Flattening of Christianity, every single little community would make up their own mad shit that's completely unrelated.
How annoying it is when you go to someone's house and they want to say grace and they're not joking, and you're like, fuck. I just want to eat.
Yeah.
There's hot food and I've got to say a fucking prayer.
Yeah.
Imagine, right, we're going to say grace. Right. Look at this.
What could you do?
What's that? Is that a dead horse cock?
Yeah.
Fucking right it is. What do you do with that? Shove it up my arse? Right, you can start eating. Who's next?
Well, you're new. You're here. You're a guest. So we've heard what everyone else can do with this horse cock. What would you do with that?
Yeah. What would you do? That's basically grace is going...
Shove it your ass. We've had that.
We've had
Think
that. Someone else.
He said that. What would you do? Think about something else. What you could do with this? Suck it off? No,
throw it at my neighbour. Brilliant.
This is something without.
Supposedly, it's 101 things to do with a horse cock. It's grace, Viking grace. I mean, isn't that great?
Yeah.
And again, on the rest of history, you always hear Tom Holland wanging on about how Christianization is the best thing that ever happened to because our whole moral framework comes with it.
Yeah.
Man, I want to say grace with a horse cock.
Yeah, I guess they threw the horse cock out with the bathwater.
Exactly. That is a Viking burial.
Yeah, because that's one of the only directly viewed Viking burials. But then they found in tombs and stuff of Vikings that they strapped like 5 bears to a tree and skinned them, and like they did so much mad shit.
They just killed loads of dogs and bears and horses and just put them on the ship.
Yeah,
and
it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, it would make a Protestant funeral more interesting than for just like a dead dog in the box.
Yeah, an English Protestant funeral, my God.
There's nothing drier. There's a lot to be said for being a Protestant.
Yeah.
For just getting on with it. But as a spectator at a funeral, that's the only time I'm like, can we have a bit of Catholic zhuzh? Something. Incense.
Yeah, we're already sad.
We sat down and the chairs are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And there's nothing visually to look at.
No.
And there's just a bloke in a fucking gown talking about my aunt.
Yeah, and in a language I can understand, so it's even more boring.
It's so boring. I want some incense. I want some chanting.
I want some hysterical wailing.
I'd like a horse cock, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd like to be offered a horse cock.
Yeah.
You know?
At least at the door.
Anyway, so we need to get to, I suppose, the what ushers in the kind of end of the Viking Age is the Christianization.
Yeah.
Which, now there's a guy called Harold Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And this is in the 960s. So just, I suppose he's an early millennial.
Yeah. Millennials.
They are the millennials.
They're
Viking
the original millennials.
Yeah, the 1,000-year.
They are literally, they've got man buns.
Yeah.
You know, they're wearing like smart casual. They listen to Mumford & Sons.
They can't go on the housing ladder without parents' help.
They're losing all of their money to
they're kidulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avocado toast is really like ripping through this community.
Yeah,
causing economic havoc.
Brunch has suddenly become a cultural cornerstone for the Vikings. The original millennials.
Yeah,
and
they love random humour. That's why their burials are like that.
Yeah.
Random.
Oh, let's chop a dog up and put it on the ship.
Random.
Random. Let's rape a slave girl for 10 days. Whoa! No bad ideas. That's quite a bad idea. There's a guy called Harold Bluetooth in Denmark whose dad is called Gorm the Old. I mean, Viking names are pretty. Yeah. I mean, what would you?
When was he called Gorm the Old? Is it from birth?
I guess maybe he was like Benjamin Button and looked fucked. From, I mean, some babies you see and you're like that. You're
already looking fucking.
All my friends are having kids. Yeah. Every now and then, someone sends on the WhatsApp thread, "Oh, kid," and it's like, oof.
Tough one.
I've got to react with a heart emoji, but it's. I mean, I'm not liking it. Do you know what I mean? Oof.
Tough one.
You got a fucking whopper there. You know?
Ugly baby to ugly adult is how linked is it? Do you think?
Supposedly, the uglier baby, the more gorgeous the adult.
I don't think that's always true.
No, ugly butterflies.
I think you could see some absolutely fat babies.
Charlie, we need in the fat babies. We need a Norwegian.
I know. I've been looking for about an hour.
Really? Is that why you've not been Googling? You've been looking for Norwegian fat babies and you've not found anything.
Nothing that.
I guess because they're all healthy, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all healthy. They all eat fish. They all drink.
They're eating fucking stink
fish oil.
They're eating horse cock. You know, they've nailed it.
Yeah.
So Harold Bluetooth is again. This is the 960s, and we must stress that as the ugly historians, it's the 60s. You know, the Beatles have just played in Hamburg. The ugly historians would say the Vikings are not one people; they're a collection of different tribes.
Open your eyes.
Open your other eye. I can't. I'm too nerdy. Anyway, they would so there's warring tribes around Denmark, and Denmark is the one who's been fucking England the most. By the way,
well, because of Dane law, we're going to get into Dane law.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Dane law is people don't really realise that they weren't just raiding; they actually when they conquered York, they conquered England. England became part of the Danish Empire, and for a while it was Dane law, and it was just one. We were colonised.
I mean, I just can't. I don't believe it.
We were fully colonised until was it Alfred the Great who pushed them off?
Don't believe it.
Does it make you feel emasculated to be colonised?
Yeah,
right.
My balls have gone into my body.
And that's why when you go, what's kind of interesting is that, so obviously we have all the fucking...
My dick's never been smaller right now.
We've got the Elgin marbles, we've got all that stuff, the British Museum, everyone wants their stuff back.
It's getting bigger. Tell me about Rorke's Drift and it'll get all big.
But you know, everyone's got, we've got everyone's stuff.
Yeah. What's our stuff?
Well, it's our stuff now.
Yeah.
But the Norwegians do that to us.
Yeah, so what have they got over there that's us?
They've got basically an unbelievable amount of coins because basically England was really rich at this time actually for Western Europe. We had like a very advanced coinage system, whatever. There was a lot of treasure. Mint, yeah.
We were mint.
Yeah. The Saxons were very into coins.
How much does that cost?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, you've taken my coins. I mean, there is, lineage in the historians. You know, people at school I'd bully.
Yeah.
You've taken my coins. They bring in all those. There's machines they have in tourist attractions where you like frank a coin.
Yeah.
With like a image.
Yeah.
And you're just like, who the fuck is doing that?
Yeah.
When I went to the London Aquarium for my kid's birthday, she was just pulling the lever, and then she got kicked off by a fucking Spaniard who was genuinely like, I'm collecting a coin from every fucking... And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
State of you.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Do gold pile in Norway Museum.
So this is a British artifact that we are we campaigning for it back? I'll say this now.
I think it'd be pretty tough if we complained.
No, it's ours.
Like in any museum, they've got so much stuff, and they've just nicked so many things. So a lot of the kind of treasures from this era are all in Norwegian.
Well, this is devastatingly sad.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
This should be returned to its rightful owners.
If we did get any of this stuff back, everything collapses.
No.
Because we got to let them have it.
No, that's ours.
Yeah,
that's ours. They took it. So, like the British Museum being full of African and Greek artifacts, a Norwegian museum, the Oslo Museum,
it's generally full of all English stuff, basically.
Dreadful.
Disgrace.
What an invade. Absolutely, we should invade.
Well, when we had it during World War II, when we were looking after it, we should have taken some of our shit back.
We should have taken it all back. Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Anyway, so Harold Bluetooth becomes, I think maybe he's the first king of a united Denmark. He basically unites all the different tribes of Denmark, and he's the first person to do that.
He
Christianizes
and
Denmark.
Then he links Denmark to Norway, and then it kind of he's the beginning of the rounding off of the edges of all the fucking bear rape and slave girl slashing.
Yeah, he's like, why don't we just drink wine and fucking make jam rather than raping slave girls and dressing up like furries?
Yeah. It's the beginning of the descent into flatback furniture.
But he invents Bluetooth. Well, no, he doesn't invent Bluetooth. He gives his name to Bluetooth wireless technology because he's such a great communicator. Yeah. And he binds things. Yeah. And so that's why Bluetooth is
Bluetooth's a good name for what it is.
It's a Danish thing. And even the symbols are the runes put together. And there's also a guy...
What do you think about that, Charlie? Is that not interesting at all?
Is that interesting? Bluetooth? Well, how about this?
That's kind of interesting,
How about this? There was also a guy, 100 years later, called Torsten Pornhub. And he was the first person who ever did a wank.
Are you joking?
Yes, of course I'm joking.
Torsten Pornhub.
Torsten Pornhub. Charlie was so nearly in there. He was like, what? Is that where Pornhub comes from?
That's incredible.
That's unbelievable.
The Bluetooth fact, does that interest you at all?
The Danes invented Pornhub.
No, it doesn't really interest me, to be honest.
No. The fact that...
I like it.
What if it was called Poo-tooth?
Then I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I thought you might, maybe. I was maybe he'd wake up for one bit of, like, oh, that's... He's never once gone, oh, that's quite
It's something that, to be fair, this is 1,500 years ago, and it connects to this is the reason we have that thing that is a part of modern day life.
I've just turned my Bluetooth off now, so I don't connect with this. Like, the symbols on the phone.
Nothing.
Poo-tooth would have been good, but...
Yeah,
boring. Yeah. Fair enough.
Poo-tooth.
Yeah.
So he converts to Christianity in 965, which is probably because of the reality of the Holy Roman Empire, which is Germany.
Yes.
And he's Denmark, and he wants to trade with them.
Yeah, so a lot of the Norse mythology works for like war and battle, but it's not like this. They're quite flippant with it, it feels. Like they'll become Christian if it helps with trading.
But so apparently a lot of the time they were like, yeah, we're Christian, and then they'd still like just sacrifice kids or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not like they're like they believe in the same way a Christian is like their whole life is about being a Christian.
Yeah,
for that's just their worldview. It's not really like this kind of like this is what we believe.
No, they'd be like, yeah, I'm a Christian.
Yeah,
can I have some money? Yeah, great. And then they just go back to being a Viking. They don't understand what a Christian is.
Yeah.
So they then start. He then starts like burning pagan temples and starts to assert like it's quite muscular Christianity.
Right.
Which robust. Again, it's robust.
Yeah.
And he establishes a Christian infrastructure, blah, blah, blah.
Are there pagan Viking temples?
Well, in Iceland, I imagine there is. What's the parliament in Iceland?
Right.
The Alting, the old thing.
So when
930
the Vikings colonised Iceland, or were the first people to be in Iceland, basically.
There was no one in Iceland before. There was just Bjork under a rock.
Still there.
It's all so quiet. And then I mean, imagine that.
Yeah.
Find Iceland, then she's there.
I'd go turn back.
I'd fucking hell. No thanks.
Iceland's first parliament, the Alting.
It's the old thing.
Alting was established in 930 AD at Thingvellir, making it the oldest existing parliament in the world. It served as the supreme legislative and judicial authority for Iceland until 1262, when Iceland came under Norwegian rule. Yeah, I guess it's a parliament, but it was like in a valley where the voices echoed,
right?
Because people just shouted down stuff.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I guess that's a parliament. But it's also like when they say like China invented football.
China.
And it's just them kicking heads down a hill.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
if you did, then you'd be better at it.
Yeah, it's not really.
But when you took the head away, you didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
What is it?
Vikings aren't genetic, are they?
They are genetic.
Yeah, there's
You have
Viking
Viking
Norse.
blood.
We're
It's
talking about
a-
the Norse.
It's a peoples.
Yeah.
But could they have gone and made like a?
Well, the other thing is they were massive. They made slaves, right? So so a large part. So supposedly the word Slav comes from slave
Yeah.
because they would enslave Eastern Europeans.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I think would be very good slaves. They would be great at it.
Great workers.
Great workers.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Lovely pilsner.
Yeah.
Terrible dress sense. But what they do, because the Vikings spread in both directions,
Yeah.
there are Viking raids from like Ireland and Britain, and then they take those people and they send them east to become slaves.
Yeah, there's Irish slaves, English slaves.
English slave, British slaves.
Imagine that.
I've got slave heritage.
This
I
is
was in the fields.
This is a GB News talking point.
I
right there.
was singing in the fields.
Well, you might have said. So do I have slave heritage. Well,
I was-
why don't we talk about why is there no films about my slave
I was
heritage?
12 years a Viking slave. I'm humming green sleeves in the film. I mean, the music doesn't slap quite as hard, but
Yeah, I'd love to make a film about white slaves and then try and claim it's not political.
we could do that.
What are you trying to say in this film? No, I'm just telling a story. I've just chosen to
What do you
tell
mean?
this one.
I've just chosen to tell the story.
What's right? It's an interesting story.
No one's told the story yet. You know, we know all about black slaves. We don't know about white slaves. What was their life like? Who was their massa?
Must have felt great to have white slaves, though. Yeah,
But this is white on white slavery.
right
This is the Norse, the Aryans taking the Irish
in our community,
in our own community.
ravaging
It's a
us.
terrible time to be a white person.
We need more, white role models standing up for our community.
Yes, we do. Oh fuck, we haven't talked about blood.
Yeah.
There's a genuine part of Viking rituals called blot.
Yeah, I saw that in the notes. And I didn't
Yeah.
know if you'd changed it to
No,
that.
no, it's blot. It's called blood. What is it? Blot is a sacrifice, and it's often performed to honour the gods, ancestors, or spirits of nature. So this
Well,
is
it
part
comes.
of,
The
part of the reason
German
the Nazis-
blood
yeah.
probably comes from Norse as well.
blood
They've-
sacrifice. Yeah. So part of the reason when Hitler's doing that, he is connecting to a lineage going all the way back to a Viking who set on fire to the wrong person, going blood.
Yeah,
Going,
yeah,
oh, no,
yeah.
I've just killed the wrong person.
Hardcore.
Yeah, pretty hardcore blood. So so they blah blah blah. They make the white slaves.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just a minute's silence for all the white slaves.
And it's you still feel it today.
You do. You walk around Russia. You walk around Bulgaria, Romania, as I often go.
Because even though the whites aren't enslaved
What?
today,
no,
the systems of power have still been set up to the point where you still feel it today.
you do still feel the structural racism of 1500 years white slavery.
I certainly feel
When
it.
I go to Norway,
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I'm welcome.
Yeah.
If I go for a job interview at a Norwegian company, they'll see my name and they'll be like, nah.
Nah.
Do you know what else they do?
What?
They just touch my hair.
Do they?
Yeah. They don't even ask. They just kind of just touch it.
They're always making fun of my accent.
Always making fun of my accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck Norway.
Fuck Norway, man.
Norway, man.
Norway.
Norway, man.
Even wiping my ass in Norway. Norway maybe wiping
Even
my
wiping
ass.
my arse. Anyway, so Harold Bluetooth signals the start of the Christianization of the Viking regions, which will ultimately end the Viking Age. But who's often called the last Viking, who we need to spend some time with, is a guy called Harold Hardrada. And Hardrada means hard ruler.
So he's an erect king.
He's just a fucking hot, stiff-cocked king. Harold
Yeah.
Stiffcock, maybe.
Harold
is what he
Harddrive.
called. Harold
He
Harddrive.
invented the hard drive.
Yeah. There's
He
Harold
invented-
Bluetooth, there's Harold Harddrive, there's Torsten Pornhub.
Yeah.
This is how... These are all the things that we still have today.
Sven MySpace, you
Sven
know.
MySpace, there was John Microphone, the Simon Laptop, all these Vikings.
Yeah.
Neil Cable,
Yeah, iron air fryer.
Iron the air fryer. All these domestic appliances.
Klaus Mouse.
Klaus Mouse, And you say this isn't interesting, Charlie. Anyway, Harold Harddrive, the last Viking king. So he is the half brother of Olaf, who these guys are like ruling Norway, I think. And then he's only
After Bluetooth's made that connection between Norway and Denmark, I imagine it's that kingdom, right?
Isn't Bluetooth just Denmark though?
I
don't know
thought
if he-
Denmark connected Norway. Bluetooth connected Denmark and Norway.
Famously
That's
like
kind of
Denmark
the
and parts of Norway. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I think, so the first Bluetooth connection was Denmark and Norway.
So the first I'm watching porn and I want it on the speaker. That's Denmark and that's Norway.
Yeah, just a relatable experience on the top of the head.
Top of my dome, first thing, I'm watching porn, I want it on the speaker,
Yeah.
and then I want to put the speaker outside my neighbour's front door.
The first time that happened.
Do you know what I'm doing in here? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You got a problem with it? I'm very aggressive when I masturbate at home. I want all my neighbours to know, and I want them to say, do you have a problem with it? Because this is what I'm doing. I've got 2 wireless speakers that are stereo, and I just play it in the street.
If you don't like it here, if you don't like the way we do things here, then move.
Then move. That's what I do.
It's about cultural assimilation.
This is how I do things on my street. If you don't like it, you can fucking leave. So, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Harold Hard Drive. That now, what's that you've just got up there?
That's you and Horatio holding a
Big
very
Viking
fat
baby.
Viking baby. I think you maybe adopted him and he's lost.
It's a young rapist there.
I think you wouldn't know how to hold a baby.
Do you not think?
I can't imagine you holding a baby. You'd hold it like this. Yeah, you'd hold it like you see people holding up big fish.
Yeah, like a carp.
Yeah, exactly.
My worry is that if I have babies, which hopefully I will,
That will be everyone's worry.
Yeah.
I don't want to get annoyed with it and shake it and break it.
Yeah,
Are you worried about that?
No, that is one of the first things they say in the class.
Fucking smack
in fact,
your kid about.
the only thing I remember from that class, which is what it's there for, the antenatal
class? Right.
what's it ever it's called?
The anti-immigrant.
The anti-immigrant class. Is
so that's
sorry, the antenatal.
It's confusing. It's a
It
busy
is
schedule.
confusing, yeah.
You went in with the wrong attitude. You only realised halfway through.
You got antenatal at 10, then you got anti-immigrant at 11, and sometimes I get confused. The one thing they say is no matter how sleep deprived and annoyed and impossible it is,
Don't kill your kids.
Don't shake the baby. No, because you're holding it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like just sleep.
Pull
Don't
yourself
do
together,
that.
woman.
Just fucking come on, stop crying. That will fuck them up because the brain's all loose and it'll be like.
What does a shooken baby grow up into? What is like?
Podcast producer?
Because there's all these things that you hear, and I understand it, but I wonder if people haven't listened to that, and what are the lifetime ramifications? Like, what happens if?
I think it dies. I think you literally...
No, it doesn't die. It just might get brain damage.
Imagine getting brain damage just from being shook as a bubba.
Shook as a bubba. What's wrong with him? He was shook as a bubba. He's got Down syndrome. Shook as a bubba.
Yeah, it's called shaken baby syndrome.
Is it?
Can we get a picture of
Get
someone
it up. Shaking baby
I'd
syndrome.
like my baby shaken, not stirred, please.
James Bond's not having kids.
I think she's got it, maybe.
Oh fuck, the faces are messed up.
Pale or blue skin, lethargic eyes.
Wait, they would turn white.
Like that one.
Well, it's like when you turn the pen upside down, it reveals the naked woman. You
What,
just
you
shake a baby
turn
until
the
it
baby
turns
upside
white.
down.
I think this is
You can get the white
Don't-
privilege, but they've got Down syndrome.
Right.
So it's a real.
The devil's pact. Either or. Anyway, yeah, Harold Hard Drive. Now he's
Harold Hardcock.
Harold Hardcock Drive. He, as a baby, he's supposedly the Norse sagas. We haven't even said what a saga is.
What is a saga?
What a day.
What a day.
That's a Harvey saga. What a day.
Yeah.
Viking, the sagas, a saga is like Viking for story, and so these are kind of in the same way the Greek myths tell us these epic
Right.
poems.
So it's an epic story.
But this guy actually existed, and the sagas are where we get a lot of the stuff from. But it's kind of blends myth and reality, so that's why it's quite hard to unpick.
Yeah.
So Harold Sigurdsson, born in 1015, half brother of Olaf. Now Olaf is the head of this bit of Norway,
Right.
and supposedly age 3. Him and his brothers are like playing in a field, and his brothers are doing something like gay, like farming, and like, I want to raise cattle.
Yeah.
And then this guy's like, I want to build a ship. He's like Brian Blessed as a kid.
Right.
And Olaf's like, oh, mother, you are raising a warrior.
Yeah. They love that shit.
There's a particular type of autistic speak, medieval autism speak, Brian Blessed adjacent, where it's very close to Chinese if you just up the...
Oh wait, so it's just like the jowliness of
The
it.
jowliness of it is
And
so
the-
close to...
Yeah.
In the same way that you could do a kiss stammer and it goes to part, you've pierced my foot on a spike.
Yeah, it goes to- yeah.
And then you've got Josh Widdicombe, Sean Walsh. It's all one line.
Yes, it is a lot. Yeah.
In the same way that you've
But
got
they're
Brian
all
Blessed.
English, so it's this jump is.
Yeah, it is very close to a succulent Chinese meal.
But then change that to
What's
Chinese.
the charge? What's the charge?
Get your hands off my penis.
Yeah, get your hand off my penis.
Now Chinese.
Get your hand off my penis. You know what I mean? It's very close.
Yeah, there's something. All
It's
right.
very close.
Yeah.
You know, as again, I'm an amateur linguist.
Has he
cultural
just
analyst.
died?
He did die. Jack Kershaw, is his name Jack Kershaw? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Yeah, it's a great.
Jack
it's-
Carlson.
Jack Carlson. But I imagine as we were talking last episode about the Viking mindset, it's this guy. You know,
Yeah.
under pressure, being fucking arrested, like performing. That's the Viking. He's a Viking.
There's a Viking. Yeah, yeah.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy. Get your hands off my penis. I love it.
Yeah,
This is how,
RIP.
in my head, this is how I'm. If I'm ever arrested, I'm doing
This
this.
is you getting cancelled.
This is me getting cancelled.
Get your hands off my
Get
penis.
your hands. Just not. People.
I think why we love this video is the dignity of the man.
Yeah.
You know, being arrested from a Chinese restaurant, how he maintains a lot of.
So clearly, absolutely battered as well. So anyway, so Harold, so as a 3-year-old, he's like already
Yeah.
chopping shit. I
Beating
don't
his
know,
mum up.
beating his mum up.
He's coming home pissed on fucking baby formula.
There's a
Where is
massive
she?
battle, the Battle of Sticklerstadt, 1030,
Yeah.
where Olaf goes up against all these angry peasants.
Right.
And because it's all warring tribes, Olaf's trying to conquer another bit of
Yep.
Norway, and the peasants are like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then they kill Olaf, and 15-year-old Harold is one of the only people like emerging from all the corpses on the field.
Right.
And he flees. Supposedly he gets taken in. To
So
like a
like
hut.
the power of his family is now collapsed.
Yeah.
He's on the run. He's a prince on the run.
So he goes. He goes to the Kievan Rus
And
goes
joins the-
east.
Varangian guards.
So he goes to Constantinople, which the Vikings call Miskrigard or something. It's like
Yeah, because
the
they actually
most
think
insane
it could
city
be.
ever.
Was it not
There's Asgard.
Asgard? But they think
is-
it's like Asgard. I think.
So Asgard is their city on the hill.
Yeah.
They're Jerusalem.
Yeah.
They're like Valhalla, where Valhalla is.
They think Istanbul is Asgard, basically.
They which is fucked. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yes,
What?
please, my friend. You think that's heaven? Pretty lady.
But it's not that. This is Christian.
They think the fucking
this is Constantinople. This is there's actually they're Greek Christians actually.
Blackstock Road. That's what they think.
Right. Yeah.
All the Turkish restaurants.
Yeah. Mangal.
Green
too.
lanes. That's what they think.
So I guess these were tough, scary men, and now they work at Games Workshop.
Yeah.
That is the problem with a lot of this. This is genuinely pretty hardcore. You know, the vibe is pretty fucking sick, to be fair.
Yeah.
But modern day people who carrying this on are fat autists with a beard.
That's
right?
the problem.
It's
is
comic
that
book
it's
guy.
ruined by its fans, which you don't have with the Nazis. You know, I see people talking about the Nazis. I think I want to go for a drink with you.
Yeah.
I see people banging on about the Viking mythology, and I go, "Get off my lawn!
Right,
Get out
right.
my pool!
Yeah.
Go home!
Yeah.
Get a job!"
Yeah.
So I suppose he has this insane life. He goes down the Volga.
It's like Eat, Pray, Love. He's like,
Yeah,
He goes all
discovers who he is.
yeah, it's like fucking
I'm a hard
rape,
drive.
kill.
yeah. It's not eat, pray, love. It's rape, kill, pillage. And he goes to. So he's in Constantinople for a bit,
Yeah.
joins the big guard, and then the guard go everywhere. Supposedly they go to like Sicily
They go on tour.
and like Turkey. They go on fucking big stag do.
Yeah.
Varangian
It's
guard.
the Jersey Boys on tour.
Yes, it's sort of the Jersey Boys. Maybe it's the opposite of the Jersey Boys. He then goes back to Norway in about 1045, rich, battle hardened.
Yes.
And he then kind of like takes. Is there a battle?
Forced power sharing with his nephew Magnus the Good.
Magnus the Good. I mean, what kind of Viking name would you have?
I don't know, fucking Gould the Gobby, or like it'd be fucking Gould the Specky, or like
Gould the Specky.
yeah,
Charlie the Thick.
yeah. Finn the Fat,
Finn the Fat, yeah.
Fat Taylor.
Finn the Fat Cunt. Might just be Fat the Cunt.
Yeah.
Fat the Cunt. Fat the Cunt. Charlie the Thick.
Maybe I'll be Specky the Spaz.
Yeah, you would be. Yeah. Spec the Spaz. Charlie the Tard. No, you'd be retard the Thick.
I think it'd be quite useful.
Retard the Thick. Like even
As if
amongst,
retard wasn't enough.
No, even amongst retards.
The
they're
Thick,
like,
and you're like their king.
yeah.
Yeah, they put me
They
out.
bow when they see you.
What would they have me do? Would they put me out in the field? Would they put me into battle, or like would?
Yeah, you're a berserker.
No, but you're like you're someone dies and you go, yeah, fucking I'll get on the ship. Where are we going? And then you don't
No, you're a
realise.
berserker, but you run the wrong direction.
Me going berserk is I'll just eat everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll have a mushroom and put like a dog on and then just be like, what are we eating?
You have an edible, and then you get really high, and you get the munchies.
I'll just eat the whole village's fridge and then like, fucking hell, he's gone berserk. He's eating everything. He's cleaned out the store cupboard. He's just downing tins of tomatoes. I've never seen anything like it. That's tin stuff. They love putting stuff in tins, I think. I mean, maybe is this where fermenting starts?
I don't think
Because it's cold.
Maybe.
The first
just-
pickle.
No, I'm
But,
sure
yeah,
in the
when's the
ancient
first-
world,
we
there's
haven't
fermenting.
placed any of this. They're going to be livid, the thickos.
I think the Koreans are doing kimchi. Ancient world for sure.
Earliest, the first pickle is 2000 BC.
But we talked about the
First pickle.
We talked about the fucking
That's insane, isn't it? That's blown my mind.
how old the first pickle is.
But I reckon it was. I don't think it was like out of the tubs you get now.
I imagine it would have tasted pretty horrible. The first pickle.
You know, there's the 1,000-year-old egg or 100-year-old egg. You know they do that.
I don't know about that.
It's like a delicacy where they basically preserve an egg.
Century egg.
It goes a century egg. It goes black, and it fucking honks.
Is it nice?
No, it's disgusting. It's probably the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
You eaten it?
Yeah, I've had a century egg. I had like a little bit of it.
What does it taste like?
Ash.
So so that egg when you ate it would have been put into fucking.
I ate the
pickle.
egg in 2015.
So it would have been 1950. It would have been while.
Passchendaele.
Yeah. So before communism even reached China.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'll have this egg. This is the only pure egg in the world. This is an egg that existed before communism hit Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the grossest things. It's like eating sulfur.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's hardly surprising, I guess.
I mean, the Chinese.
I don't know what you kind of expected, I guess.
No, I wasn't like. I didn't think it was going to be like a pudding.
Oh, this actually fucking tastes like a fucking old egg.
100-year-old egg. But to think about it, this is an egg. You know, when you see a tree and you're like, think of what you've seen.
Yes.
That egg I ate was an egg when Hitler was alive.
The things you've seen.
It was an Axis egg.
Well, there's the fucking Norwegian delicacy. We talked about it quite a few times.
I think it's Swedish.
Swedish.
Surströmming.
Can you find what the delicacy?
Oh man, the videos of the woman who gets out on the bus. I think we talked about this on the Rise of the Nazis.
We talked about it quite a
Patreon
lot,
series,
but it is very funny.
There's a video of a Welsh woman on an Arriva bus, and she opens the tin, and she gets a lifetime ban from local buses because she opens the buried fish dish.
So what they do is they bury it underground. But I swear it doesn't look. It's not in like a.
So it's
can.
Swedish. It is. It's tinned. It's sour herring, and it's like Baltic sea herring, traditional since the 16th century.
Okay, so they weren't doing this sort of
No,
stuff.
they weren't doing it then. But it's all. But pickling must be how they survive.
Yeah, but I thought they had one which
winters.
they buried under the ground for like a year.
Yeah, that is. What
Is
they
that
do.
that?
That's it. Yeah.
And you said it was to remind them of like how lucky they are to eat good food.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But there's now a challenge where you have to open. People like English people in their gardens are opening the tin, and literally they do that.
And
They
it's
they touch the ring pull, and a bit of air escapes, and immediately everyone's. It's so funny. So anyway, he then becomes the ruler of Norway, 1047. We should place something. We should
Yeah,
place
1047. So that's, I guess that would be,
this. He's a millennial. It's first.
Yeah,
he's
it's the first
millennial
millennial.
age. Yeah.
right. So it'd be after the fall of Rome and before the invention of the pizza, I guess.
When was pizza invented? Late 18th century.
yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Well, I guess so what I did there was the Italian Dark Ages, right?
Yes.
Fall of Rome, invention of the pizza. Is
What's
it?
going on?
Yeah.
And I include the Renaissance
Yeah, of course,
in there
the Dark
because
Ages.
when we did it, it was very, very boring.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was thinking, when did they invent pizza?
Yeah.
So at some point in the early 11th century, there's a guy called Canute. Millennial.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's so hard to not look at it like it's just a spelling typo of cunt.
Canute the cunt.
Canute the cunt. Fat the Canute. So
Salute
he
the
was.
Canute.
So he's the. I think he's the first Viking to sort of make like an empire.
The North Sea Empire.
North Sea Empire. So he unites those kingdoms.
Yeah.
Canute, cunt,
Yeah.
and then I think Harold Harddrive is trying to like restore these territories to that.
So it's his, because
Empire.
everyone in 1066, the whole thing is everyone has a claim to this new throne in the power vacuum.
Yeah.
So I imagine his claim is this, to reclaiming this empire, right?
Yeah, so,
On the
so
1066.
supposedly he's massive. He's also a poet, which is weird, and I
Right.
sort of try to ignore because it's not my image of what a Viking is.
Yeah, yeah.
He loves writing poems.
Whinging.
He's a whinger. Anyway, he's like a guy who's ripped and writes poetry.
Chris Williamson.
Pick one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Aphorisms.
yeah. He's Norse Chris Williamson.
Yeah, Chris, what?
What do you think Viking spoken word sort of looks like in the?
I can't think of anything I'd less rather think about.
then Vikings
spoken word.
Long ship, along for my ship.
Yeah, maybe the problem with society is there's not enough raping. Like it's a reverse.
Right.
What was the thing about Canute who tried to turn the waves back? You know about that?
No.
Canute and the waves. This is like a famous thing.
Well, this is probably about periods, isn't it?
King Canute.
Women's periods in the sea.
He found his wife so mental once a month that he tried to...
Just Google King Cunt.
King Canute waves.
King Cunt. That's
Waves.
me.
In this story, Canute demonstrates his flattering courtiers that he has no control over the elements, explaining the secular power is vain compared to the supreme power of God. Pretty dull stuff, actually.
So he goes, look at this, and then the sea doesn't move, and he goes, see, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
But why is he having to do that?
I guess it's like, it shows how like even-handed he is as a king. Piety and humility of a king. Saying, look, I don't control the waves. And they're
That's
like,
like
yeah,
people
you're
who are
not
like,
Jewish.
That's like people who are like... Oh, right, so he's trying to escape a pogrom.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not Jewish, look. Nothing happens. I was going to say that's like people who want a medal for like not raping someone. What? I didn't do it. Yeah, great. You're not meant
Brilliant.
to. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Look. No one's writing like King Cunt the Great who didn't rape someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, we need Harold Hard Drive. So 1066. Obviously it's like one of the first things you learn at school. I'd forgotten about the whole Viking element.
Yeah. Because it's the end kind of the Saxon Age and the Viking Age all in one year.
Because the Vikings have, throughout this time we've been talking about, the 200 years, they've just been constantly coming and going. Yeah. And there's been Ragnar Lothbrok, maybe. There's been King Cunt. Yeah. They've all been coming, and there are various times they control York and the North, and that's why Northerners are like, yeah. But, what's happening in 1066?
Well, what's interesting about 1066, because obviously I feel like we know it so well that you're almost bored of it, so you can't really view it as an interesting topic because it's just so
dull. It's a tapestry in my head. Yeah. Which is the least, again, it's like the most boring thing possible.
Yeah. But what is interesting, I think, is that you have William the Conqueror, you have Harold Godwinson, and you have Harold Hardrada, who are all in their own right incredibly talented, kind of once in a generation sort of leaders who any of them could have won this. It was all up for grabs, basically.
Yeah.
And Harold Hardrada, to try and make a claim for the English throne, comes in, I think, through York or maybe Hull.
He lands up the Humber.
Up the Humber. And then Harold Godwinson hears, oh, fuck, I know that William the Conqueror is coming, but I've just heard that they're attacking from the north. So he gets his men and they Iron Man run up the whole country in about 4 days, if not less. Like, they sprint the whole way.
Fucking hell.
And how they managed to basically defeat Harold Hardrada, who's a great military leader as well, who's got a great force, is they just weren't expecting them to have all done Ironman so much. They didn't expect them to have done like ultra marathons for the whole life.
And Harold Hardrada,
they arrived basically 3 days early because they fucking sprinted the whole way. They defeat them at Stamford Bridge, Battle of the Bridge, Bloodbath. And I don't know what the lone survivor on the bridge is.
Yeah, there was something about... There's a heroic last stand by one Viking on a bridge at Stamford Bridge, just killing off...
So basically, it's a tough battle, but they do beat them. Hardrada dies at Stamford Bridge. That's kind of the end of the Viking age.
He gets an arrow in the throat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So his last words are... Yeah. And is that why Chelsea's ground is called Stamford Bridge?
It must be.
Must have something to do with it. Named after a local stream and 2 bridges that were once in the area.
I guess everything's called Stamford Bridge during this era.
Right.
There's a lot of Stamfords and there's lots of bridges that go through Stamfords.
Okay, fine. So it's got nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And then the part of the reason they lose against the Normans is they then have to immediately run back.
And they lost at the was that the Battle of the King Power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. They had to go down and it was the Battle of the Sports Direct Arena.
Yeah. So the Battle of Stamford Bridge, September 25th, 1066.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harold Godwinson marches 185 miles in 4 days.
Just like blasts it and
that's
takes them.
insane.
They're not ready for it, and that's
and
why
then the Vikings don't have any. They haven't put their armor on.
Yeah.
And they're not even high. The berserkers
they
aren't
haven't taken any of their gear.
And they'd arrived in 300 ships.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, only 24 go back.
So they fuck them up.
So they're all dead. So the initial Viking resistance is led by one berserker holding a bridge on his own.
Right.
So there's one guy who's dropped at the right time. It's like...
I'm coming up. Rah.
I mean, that is sick.
Yeah, that's
to be a guy, one furry on a bridge, as opposed to nowadays where they're under a bridge doing unspeakable things. So Harold Goodwinson then has to...
Who is related to Rebecca Goodwin?
Goodwin, yes, I think so. Yeah, Rebecca Goodwin. Becky Mill. Shout out Becky Mill.
Shout out Becky Mill. Legend.
So he then has to... Because it's like 3 weeks later, the Normans land, something like that.
Yeah, so he has to run right back down.
Fuck, it's like Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's no one down there. They run down there, and then... So it's part of the reason that they then get fucked by William the Conqueror, because they've just done an Iron Man, two Ironmans.
Yeah. And it's also like the chances of them both invaded at the same time. It's like they got fucked. So
then William the Conqueror beats Harold Goodwinson at the Battle of Hastings. So be more like the Amex Stadium.
Yeah.
And then as we said in the last episode, William the Conqueror is a descendant of the Viking from 9/11 Normandy, the original.
So it's all if you're from Africa, they'll be indistinguishable, these sides. It's like us going to Chinese and Japanese people.
Africans are indistinguishable.
No.
You just said if you're from Africa, you're indistinguishable.
No, I said
which is completely unrelated to what we're talking about. Yeah. So anyway, the Vikings ages end, but if you're from Africa, I have complete no idea what any of you look like. Indistinguishable.
Sidebar.
Yeah. Just as a footnote, anyone from China, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, the Viking age ends.
It's just different shades of white. This
but my point is that the Vikings are very similar to like Genghis Khan in that ultimately all Northern Europeans are basically Viking to some extent. Yeah, we've all got Viking in us,
and that's why Russia's so fucked, because it's Viking Mongols.
God,
it's when these two like fucking. Wildfires just met, basically.
Viking on one side, Mong on the other, stuck between a rock and a thick. And
that's the end of the Viking Age.
The Viking Age is seen to end at 1066 because after that they're Christianized, and they're all fucking boring
as hell,
and all the fun bits have been taken out. They're all vicars.
Yeah,
they've gone from Aryan 8-foot rapists to local parish Lutheran vicars.
Lutheran vicars who are actually Lutherans. Are maybe the most boring of all Protestants, potentially.
Wash your mouth out.
What?
Don't be besmirching Protestants like that.
No, but of Protestants.
We like fun.
No, but I mean within the Protestant world.
Ever heard of a jigsaw puzzle?
On a rainy day?
On a rainy day.
1,000-piece jigsaw?
Nothing better than a rainy day for a Protestant.
Of a train. Of the picture you're building is just a train.
Train track. A train track.
Nothing better.
Overcast train track. So the Viking Age ends, and from that point onwards, there's no more raping and pillaging allowed because they're part of Christendom, and so there's codes. You know, you can't just raid. You can't just rape.
I like how when you said raping and pillaging, you took off the G at the end of both of those. Sort of like
raping and pillaging.
It's kind of like rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm on my way raping and pillaging. But there's a code now. You know, you can't just rape a monk.
The country code.
There's the gentleman's code.
Right.
It's not cricket.
But the country code, you have to shut the gates behind you to stop. You know.
Yes, kissing gate.
Yeah.
The raping gates are closed now.
Yeah.
So the Viking Age kind of ends, and they just become. And then they just basically, it's a straight line to IKEA and Greta and Bjork.
Yep. And now they've just become fodder for autists.
Yeah. And speaking of autists, our Patreon special this week will be on Norse mythology. We're going to get into it. Some real bananas stuff.
Yeah.
I'm terrified, deeply uncomfortable at the thought of it.
Yeah.
And to join us for that, and for the early access to next week's series, you just need to pay £3 a month, which is less than a can of Monster. Yep. I keep saying coffee, but that's not relating to you.
No one's like, I don't like coffee anyway.
What is
I don't
coffee?
like hot drinks.
I'm not an Italian man with a job.
Yeah.
I'm a fat loser who likes Monster.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome, brother. It's a safe space.
A like-minded community of individuals.
A thick-minded, zero-minded.
And we'll soon be doing a Viking funeral ceremony on our Patreon. So we're going to do 10 days. We're going to
sign up now.
Rape and sacrifice.
And if you win the competition, you get to be buried alongside me. Yeah. But I'm alive. I'll be fine. You will die.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will be picking one patron a month to be killed.
Yeah, fuck a fan.
Yeah. Kind of. Kill a fan.
We've started doing fuck a fan on our Patreon.
Yeah. So sign up to enter the lottery. And if not, thank you for stopping by. We shall see you next week for a brand new topic. Goodbye.
Bye.